Hi guys, thanks for joining the fifth video of our Snowflake series. I'm Tom Bruce, Delivery Lead at Snap Analytics, a UK-based analytics consultancy and also Snowflake partners. Today I'll be showing you how to use time travel within Snowflake. So time travel is one of the key features and one of the best pieces of functionality within Snowflake. It allows you to access historical data, so that could be changed data, it could be deleted data from any point within the last 90 days. So the amount of times that this would have come in handy on past and previous projects, where people have deleted records or if people have changed any records, no longer would you have to go and get a backup, for example, and try and restore an old version and potentially miss any other changes. Instead, you can actually query data from a particular point in time and restore tables using data from that particular point in time. So what I'll do is I'll use our station master data that we have loaded. So I'll just show you an example of what that data looks like. So we'll just show 10 records, so you can see we've got a list of stations here, and based on the capacity of the station, we say whether a station is large or whether a station is medium. So you can see here that if it's over 50, then we set it as large. If it's between 25 and 50, then we set it to be medium, and then if it's less than 25, we set it to be small. What I'll do is I'll create, using the clone functionality, I'll create a version of the station master data for time travel, and I'll just set a timestamp so then we know exactly when we've created that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put through a change, which is that rather than small being less than 26, it's going to be less than 16, so 15 and under. If it's between 15 and 40, then it will now be medium, but anything over 40 will now be large. So these are different bandings than what we had previously. So I'll run that change now through the master data. And I'll also set a timestamp so that we know exactly when we've made that change. So we have a change timestamp, which represents obviously the data after we've applied the new groupings. And we've also then got a timestamp for the original grouping. So if I look in our time travel data at a particular station here, so let me choose, should be the current status for this station key 143. So let's have a look at what that data looks like and what station size grouping is. So we can see that for this particular station, it's got a capacity of 24 and the station size is set as medium. Now this would make sense because it's now over 15 and that's what we've set our new grouping to be. So over 15 or less than 41, it should be medium. However, if we wanted to, we will use time travel to see what did this same station look like before we applied this change. So what we'll do is we'll select the same data from the same table, but this time we're going to add the at clause. I'm going to say at the timestamp of when it was originally created, not the timestamp now or the timestamp of it changed. So what I'll do is I will run this instead using time travel to show what the record looked like before we applied the change in this table. So now we can see that this exact same station has the station size of small, which is the grouping that we had previously, not the updated grouping. Now what we can also do is we can revert this change. So if we've decided actually we don't want to keep the new bandings that we've put in place, then what we can do is we'll create the table again, but this time we'll select everything from the table at the point in time that it was created, so before we applied the change. And this will essentially be like restoring the old version of the table. So now we're saying that the groupings again should be where if it's 25 or less, then it's small, rather than if it's 15 or less, then it's small. So if we view this same station now, again without any time travel, so just showing the current view of the table, we can now see that the master data for this is now correctly updated, and again we're representing the data before the change. So this ability to be able to go back in time or query data from any point in time is an extremely powerful feature within Snowflake. I hope this video has been useful for you to understand how you could use time travel within Snowflake. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.